Travis, why is it that in Scientology you are not allowed to grieve when a loved one dies? That is cruel and heartless of the Church of Scientology organization to tell someone whose mom or dad died to stop dramatizing over a loved one's death. It's disgusting. Okay, Travis, well, it certainly is true that, telling someone who is grieving that they should stop doing that because they're just being banky or casey or, they should not feel that way is absolutely pretty disgusting behavior. It's very judgmental, it is very harsh, and it's very or uncompassionate. And that is what Scientology specializes in. But I wanted to take this question up. I took this up because I wanted to point out how maybe I should start, I don't know, maybe I should call this the 6-9 problem or something. Like, you can look at a 6, but you can turn it upside down and then it's a 9. And if you lay it on the ground and you don't know which direction you're looking at it in, it can be a 6 or it can be a 9. Which one is it? Right? In other words, the same thing can mean two entirely different things depending on how you're looking at it. And when we look at the 6-9 problem in regards to this, I want you guys to understand that Scientology believes that it actually is compassionate, that it is empathetic, that you do care about the person when you tell them to stop dramatizing. That's how backwards it is in Scientology. That's how backwards, kind of crazy mirror world it is there, is they have it that this disgusting behavior is actually framed as compassionate, good behavior because in Scientology, you're this spiritual entity, this Satan, this infinite mass of potential and ability, and the only thing wrong with you is that you have been burdened and crushed down by all the weight of all the trauma and all the stress that you've experienced over all these countless trilenia. And when you are experiencing negative emotion like grief or fear or anger or hate, the reason you're feeling those things is because of the because of the stress, the trauma, the engrams. That's why you feel that way. Not because you, as a spirit, actually miss this person, because as a Scientologist, you know that your dead mom, your dead dad, sister, brother, whatever, they're still alive. As a spirit, they're fine. They haven't gone anywhere. They're not dead as a spiritual entity. And the spirit is the only thing that's actually alive in this entire universe. You see, this is the Scientology point of view about this. So all the negative emotion is just you basically, like they say, dramatizing. It's you allowing yourself to indulge in this negative emotion that really has its source in all these horrible, awful things that have happened to you in the past. And so the reason you're crying, the reason you're upset is not because it makes any rational sense, because it doesn't, because the person's not dead. The spirit is still alive. It's still going. They have not disappeared at all. But the body's dead, so you're not going to be around them anymore as far as through that body. But it's just a body. You've had billions of bodies. Bodies are a dime a dozen. Bodies don't mean anything. In the ultimate sense, that's how Scientologists think about this stuff. So this is why they are able to and are willing and go out of their way to actively suppress their own emotional experiences, is because they have sold themselves on this bill of goods too. So it's not just a matter of somebody else telling you that your grief is meaningless and useless and it's just a dramatization. You actually run that on yourself too. It's part of the culture of Scientology. Now, everybody's different. So different Scientologists are going to have bought into this idea at different levels. Not everybody buys into everything in the Scientology belief set, right? So some people are going to grieve and they're going to go through a whole grieving process and they're going to let themselves do that and be Scientologists, while others won't. Okay, it's really a matter of individual decision and firmness of belief and acceptance of this whole Thetan theory and all of that. That's So you're going to find different experiences within the world of Scientology. And at least at the public level, you're going to find a hat tip to the loss, the grief, the needing to go through a process and move on. It's a lot less sympathetic in the Sea Org and on staff. They are much, much less sympathetic about those kind of things. Much more buying into that hardcore view that I was just sort of elucidating on or describing. So anyway, that's what's up with that. I hope that gives a little bit more clarity to where they're coming from. And I only put that out there not because I'm trying to rationalize or justify or excuse away that abusive behavior. Because let's face it, it is abusive behavior to tell somebody that they can't grieve. What I'm trying to do is show why they don't think it's abusive and why and where their heads are at, just so you'll understand it better, not because I'm trying to be okay. Okay, so anyway, I hope that makes sense. There you go.